exercise and you don't want to go on a run, you don't want to go lift weights, and the last thing you want to do is go play a contact sport. Many people don't think about it, but yoga is a great option to resort to. I personally have been taking part in yoga and practicing yoga for the past 6 months, and it's something I'm really addicted to and absolutely love. So the purpose of my presentation today is to give you guys a better knowledge of yoga, the overall history, the main steps to take within yoga, as well as the different types and the benefits you can receive. Many people believe that yoga is only made for people that are very spiritual or are very flexible, which in some cases it may be, but in other cases it can be for everyone. The overall spiritual aspect was formed within their history, so I'm going to stretch into the facts of history so you have an understanding of the background of yoga. They don't really know exactly when yoga was founded. They found different pieces of evidence that have researched back to 3000 BC, and they don't know exactly who has founded it. So they found different religions like Hinduism and Buddhism that have practiced it, and they found different texts like this, which is a Hinduism text called Rig Veda, which requires different prayers and harmonies that they use before each practice. So in yoga, they do a prayer before and they do a prayer after, which relates back to their past. In an article that was written by Shane Bant, she stated that the primary goal of shamanism was to heal members of the community and act as a religious mediator. As if that, even though that is a main part of yoga and that tends to intimidate people because it is very spiritual and religious, the main goals within yoga today that have continued onto this generation are to keep a proper diet, proper relaxation, proper exercise, proper breathing, positive thinking, and meditation. So the 5 main things you need for yoga are those, as well as you need a mat, you need water, you need bands if you're not flexible enough, and you just need a positive and peaceful environment. Yoga, you need to practice on your ujjayi breathing, which requires just an inhale and exhale through your nose with a thrust of the breath upon your throat. This you wouldn't think would be a key aspect within your exercise, but it's the most important thing you need to focus on, because when you practice on your ujjayi breathing, everything becomes easier. You don't focus as much on as your struggle within the pose, and everything becomes a lot easier. With ujjayi breathing, it's a very key aspect within every style of yoga, which there's endless amounts of different styles. The 3 main popular ones right now within our generation are Bikram yoga, hot yoga, as well as vinyasa, also known as flow. Bikram yoga is one that contains a hot room and 26 different poses. Within this type of yoga, you practice these 26 poses every single class, so it's just to practice your form, and you really need to focus on your breathing because it is very hot class. Hot yoga, on my SurveyMonkey, my audience stated that 70% of you guys that have done yoga, that you have done hot yoga. Hot yoga is similar to Bikram yoga, and it consists of a hot room, but not 26 poses. It consists of different poses every single class, but you want to practice the frequency and your ujjayi breathing as well. The yoga that I do regularly is vinyasa, also known as flow, and that is different than Bikram and hot yoga. It's in a normal temperatured room, and it's also known as, one of the authors, Kate Hanley, said that vinyasa is known as the fluid movement intensive practice. It's one of the most intensive yoga classes that you can do, because it's like you have really intense stretches and different poses that you have to hold for an extremely long time. Even though there's endless amount of different classes, there's endless amounts of benefits from yoga, and many people would never assume that there's these endless amounts. The 3 most important, in my opinion, are flexibility and lowering your heart rate, as well as having weight loss from it. Flexibility is something that people would assume that you need to have to do yoga, but it's something you actually gain from doing yoga. My mom and I do yoga constantly, and beforehand she couldn't even touch her toes, and now she can put her hands completely on the ground, and she can hold different poses that she would never be able to assume she could do before. Lowering your resting heart rate is also extremely important in exercise, and many people assume that it's only for certain people, but within yoga, athletes do this as well. You practice your ujjayi breathing, and within these poses, you increase your endurance as well as your oxygen intake, so that you can increase your stamina for any activity. So people that are football players, soccer players should do yoga because it's something that helps within everything. Weight loss is something people don't assume you'd have in yoga. You hold poses for a very long time, and within these poses you're lengthening your muscles as well as strengthening them. So within yoga you are burning calories constantly, and as well as you have a peaceful mindset, so you want to have a better lifestyle of eating. As I stated before, many people believe that yoga is made for spiritual people and no one else. It's an activity that can be done by everyone, and I hope my presentation today informed you with more history as well as different styles and the benefits that yoga can provide you. I'm going to end my presentation today like they would end any normal yoga class, which is by putting your hands together with a simple bow saying namaste. Thank you.